Everybody is waiting for their future self to save them, but it's the other way around. The last 34 days, I have invested all my points in 2 habits, and the last habit will make you save your future self. Ever since I invested in them, I have not touched any video games, corn or sugar, which had been the biggest addictions of my life. Now, have you ever experienced big ideas in your head that you still don't do no matter how much you think about them when you're with your friends and family? People think you suddenly get the motivation to do them. However, you have to invest in willpower first. So how can we invest in that willpower? Both you and your classmates have had the goal of hitting 10k a month, but it is the most dangerous goal you can have, because this goal is an output. Outputs are what you get when you set an input. Even if you got the 10k this month, you would go back to your rut because you're chasing outcomes. How can we instead invest in something that will get us the inputs, which in return will give us the outcomes we want in life? I want us to paint the picture so you understand what is at stake here if you want to make the chances for your comeback as small as possible. First, you would make sure every time you started something productive, you would listen to your doubts your brain is throwing at you and stop being productive because it's too uncomfortable. Every time you would get a craving of trying that one old Xbox 360 game just for the nostalgia, you would let it happen and indulge in it. You would never take responsibility of your inactions and convince yourself that you can't live without your video games because you can't handle your emotions. All of this will make 2024 the exact same as 2023. But luckily, if this video got recommended to you, then the algorithm knows you want to make the change today and not end up in a similar situation next year, because last year your inputs damaged your main source of willpower. How can we change that? Thankfully, there has been new studies showing your main source of willpower is your anterior cingulate cortex. That is an area in your brain. You can rebuild this area if you do it right. How did an Olympic gold medalist procrastinator like me build this area in my brain? Part of the change I did was willingly seek discomfort, but for it to be effective, you have to look at each task you're going to do as overcoming a challenge. Look at everything as challenges. It doesn't even matter what you do as long as you hate it. Only then your ACC will grow, until I found out that the more I built this area, the more doubts I got, which was a big problem. There will be doubts when you seek to do something you hate. It is keeping you from your progress this year. So to make this first habit effective, we have to implement the second habit, which is to retarget your focus away from your doubts. No matter what path you take, there will always be doubts, always, because it is your brain that is testing you, and it's your responsibility to cancel out the noise your brain will make. I have done 10 minutes of meditation each day to prevent myself from listening to my doubts and my worries. There are even hard-working rappers like J. Cole that are praising meditation, which is when you know it is legit. Build your focus by meditating, and this can be done by doing just 3 minutes of meditation each day and build it up from there. Don't overcomplicate it. Just close your eyes, lay down, and focus on deep breaths. Main thing I learned from the book Atomic Habits is to always remember to establish the habit before you expand upon it. That has been a game changer for my procrastination. It let me build meditating from 2 minutes to 10 minutes within weeks. I'm on day 34 now, and I can already feel more joy from things that usually made me feel really bored. Because the baseline of my dopamine is so low now, it means that I don't need these huge hits from video games or corn to feel stimulated. I actually like doing my work now. It doesn't have to be happening stuff all the time. Everybody's looking for this quick fix for confidence, but they don't realize that the confidence will come naturally when your brain sees that you are doing difficult tasks that nobody else does, which in return will build your confidence rapidly. And I honestly couldn't have done these 34 days if I didn't understand how to create my own dopamine. Check out this video where I explain it.